Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 30th episode of the Agile PMP. CJ Mills here with the latest. So, in sort of honor of our 30th episode, I thought we'd talk about retrospectives today. Retrospectives. Now, you'll hear this from a lot of companies as lessons learned. You'll hear some folks call this a post-mortem. People will say that. Sunset review. They're just all kinds of terms that you'll hear, but in essence, what you're doing is you're going back and you're taking a look. I mean, some folks who are really in the quality, they'll call us regression analysis. We're not going to get that fancy. We're just going to call it a retrospective. It's sort of to look back in retrospect, what would I have done different? All right, so here's the idea. When you're working with your team, all right, I'm going to give you guys two ways, one for yourself and one with your team. When you're working with your team, it's really important to understand the health of your team. How's everybody doing? And so sometimes it's less about what it is that you guys are creating as a team. It's less about the project, but it's more about how people are. How's your day? How's your family? How are you? How are you doing? How are you feeling? How's your energy? All right, so it's all about start doing, stop doing, keep doing. What you want to do is you want to gather your team and you want to set these time blocks, maybe 1 or 2 minutes at a time, right? Maybe a 10-minute total session, and 2 minutes, everyone's sort of just quiet, and give them either stickies or notepads or markers so that they can write on the board and tell them, okay, what should we start doing? What are we not doing now that we need to start doing as a team? And then give everybody a couple minutes to do that. And then you'll rinse and repeat. You'll start that same exercise and say, okay, what should we keep doing as a team? What are we doing now that you guys like, that we'll continue to do, that we'll keep in? All right, give them a couple minutes to do that. And then at the end, go back and say, okay, what should we stop doing? What is it that we're doing as a team that's just not working? Maybe we're meeting too long. Maybe we're having too many meetings. Maybe we're not using a good tool. Maybe there's too many emails. But you want to go through that and you want to see what should we stop doing. Okay, now what will happen is, especially if you're using stickies and then you can place them all on the board, you'll find a theme. You'll find a theme between your team that says, okay, we ought to stop having so many meetings. We should keep checking in daily with each other, and we should start using a tool that everybody can use. Right? Use something like Excel or something like that. Use whiteboards. And so that's the whole idea. Check on the health of your team. It's not always just about, oh, you guys are late, or you're finishing this much work, or you're spending this much money, but it's what as a team should we start, stop, and keep doing. So I'll give you guys a little insight. I've been doing this with my team. I've been working with a new team. I'm working with a payment acceptance company right now. I'm doing some consulting work with them. And it's a brand new team. It's all about security. It's all about keeping your credit cards safe, your information safe, your social security information. I'm doing a lot of security remediation work with these folks, and they're all brand new. And the company's been around for about 10 years, but everyone down from the chief information security officer down to your security network architects, they've been there for 6 months or less. And so we've had to get a whole brand new tool that everybody's going to use. It's Jira, for those of you guys that are familiar with any of those tools out there. And we're trying to get everybody to stop using email. So we're using a tool called Slack. I won't even get into what these tools do, but if you guys are familiar with it, that's what they are. And if you're curious, let me know. I'll let you know what it is. Hey James, hey Samantha, hey John. Appreciate you guys joining. And so at the end of the day, with a brand new team, you have to check in on them all the time. You got to check in and see, sort of what are they used to, what are they not used to, how's the culture of the company that they're at, and what we're doing as a team, how does that sort of fit with them. And so within a month's time, I've been able to get the team to a maturity level that's a lot further along than you would be working with a group of people who are brand new in just 1 month's time. And we're able to use a lot of tools, and we're able to communicate better. So it all goes back to retrospect. Continuous improvement. Always keep back and always keep going back to your team and saying, what can we do better? And for those of you guys that have leadership positions within your companies and you're running your team, please be a servant leader. And what I mean by that is, don't try to just tell people what to do and what changes they should make, but figure out what changes are going to be best for your people, and how can I better serve you guys? How can I help you be better at what you do? That's the whole idea. And so in retrospect, it's not just your team, but take a look inwards as well. Take a look at yourself and see what you can do to get better. So that's it. Please share this video. I hope it's been incredibly useful for you guys. I know it's been a while since I've been on, and I just want to make sure that you guys know I've been working hard for you, creating the Beyond the Cert course. And so that's what we're doing here with the Agile PMP. We're trying to bring project management to the everyday person. And for those technical project managers, what do you do beyond the what? But how do you do this stuff? When do you do it? And where is it applicable? So we've been working hard for you guys. We haven't forgotten about you. I know it's been a while, but in retrospect, we should have been a little bit better at communicating that with you guys and letting you know. So if you have any questions, type them in. I'll be happy to answer them for you. Other than that, as usual, create solutions, adapt processes, think strategically. You guys have a good one.